Hey everyone, I figured that with all the recent Disney hubbub going on, another rant vlog featuring me, the big bad wolf, was appropriate. To start off, this might be my last video featuring me looking this way, and I don't mean my festive Christmas hat here, as after the holiday season I may be getting another makeover to rejuvenate my looks again. Because next spring my Oscar-winning debut cartoon, The Three Little Pigs, will be 90 years old. But anyways, to start off, I'm sure you heard how the recent Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, got himself in trouble with a controversial statement in an interview, where he said, "I always say that when our fans and our audience put their kids to bed at night after watching Pinocchio or Dumbo or The Little Mermaid, they're probably not going to tune into another animated movie. They want something for them." Boy, was he wrong. Disney's animated features, both classic and contemporary, are made to appeal to all ages. They're often produced so that parents can enjoy them with their kids, and even adults without children, along with teenagers, can also enjoy those movies. Take a break from all the gritty dramas and fast-paced action, and enjoy some good, clean, wholesome musical animation. Heck, even way back when my cartoons were made in the 1930s, animation was classified as for everyone, as it was the Great Depression, and people of all ages often went to movie theaters to get away from their troubles, especially adults. And animated shorts like mine were such an example of entertainment they enjoyed. And earlier in this year, with his response to that "Don't Say Gay" bill for Florida, kinda hypocritical, because I know for a fact that the Disney parks have a lot of LGBT character performers. And as I've said, even though I'm not really gay, even if I've cross-dressed several times, I support the LGBT community. And I don't like to see getting negative publicity or anything like that. Anyways, those controversial statements led to Chapek's dismissal, to which the Walt Disney Company brought Bob Iger back to take his place as CEO. Some people are pleased about that, and I saw a few people thinking Iger will bring back Blue Sky Studios, when the truth is that the studio's closure was already planned before Chapek took over Disney's CEO. It's been 5 years now since Disney initially announced their plans to buy the 20th Century Fox properties. And I knew that it spelled doom for Blue Sky. But as long as Bob Iger's back in the chair, let's hope Disney doesn't continue going crazy with those live-action remakes of their animated classics, or all those big corporate buyouts. Though I heard somewhere that currently the company's not in any position to buy someone or something out of the moment. And also regarding movies, I'm sure you all heard about Walt Disney Animation Studios' latest feature film, Strange World, has not been doing very well at the box office. By this point, the COVID-19 pandemic has recovered enough so that we have more people going to cinemas. But I think it's also probably due to the backlash of the movie having an openly gay character, Ethan Clay. It might also be because of how it's a science fiction adventure sort. And Disney's similar movies to this, Atlantis, The Lost Empire from 2001, and Treasure Planet from 2002, bombed for that reason. And this time, Disney can't blame hand-drawn animation for its failure. The way they use it as a scapegoat for films like the aforementioned Treasure Planet, Home on the Range, and Winnie the Pooh. And it largely flopped for different reasons. Home on the Range had a weak and cliched story, and Winnie the Pooh was intentionally pitted against a Harry Potter movie, and the crowds most likely mistook it for one of those cheaper Disney Toons animated movies. There's quite a few Pooh-related titles from Disney Toons were released theatrically in the 2000s, such as the Tigger movie, Piglet's Big Movie, and Pooh's Heffalump movie. Now, The Princess and the Frog was a modest success, and while it didn't make as much money as Disney hoped, it still made much more than Meet the Robinsons did, and was somewhat close to Bolt in terms of the amounts. And it turned enough of a profit to get Walt Disney Animation Studios' revival era started. And as I've often said, it's definitely not the type of animation that determines how well it does at the box office. There have been plenty of CGI box office bombs over the years. Even Pixar ended up with their third bomb this year, with that Buzz Lightyear movie, partly due to that scene having a lesbian kiss, and partly because of how it's different continuity for the Toy Story films. And so Tim Allen doesn't voice Buzz. Pixar has even claimed that the movie exists within the Toy Story universe, and that Andy may have seen it and was a fan of it. Since after all, Buzz did end up becoming one of Andy's favorite toys alongside Woody. But yeah, Strange World failing is definitely reminiscent of 20 years ago when Treasure Planet bombed, and it nearly killed Walt Disney feature animation, the way the Black Cauldron almost did in 1985. Also very similar, darker, and very different Disney animated feature that was a major box office bomb. One that Disney rarely acknowledges nowadays. And so Michael Eisner and the crew decided to reorganize their feature animation department, laying off much of their talent and starting up their own CGI animation studio. Seeing how successful all Pixar's films were at the time, along with other studios coming out with similar successful CGI movies, like DreamWorks' Shrek and Blue Sky's Ice Age. So they figured the whole if you can't beat 'em, join 'em thing. And so in 2005, their first attempt at an all CGI anime movie, Chicken Little, was a really big disaster. While it was a modest box office success, they were just trying too hard to be like DreamWorks or something. Or even when Pixar previously attempted those cliches of Finding Nemo. Luckily, Bob Iger took over as CEO around the time of Chicken Little's release, and he must have seen all the horrible reviews that movie was getting. The following year, Disney went and bought out Pixar Animation Studios and made their head John Lasseter the new head of Walt Disney Animation Studios as well. And even if Lasseter was a creep and a jerk, he did greatly turn things around. But of course, 5 years ago, Lasseter left Disney and Pixar for the reasons I mentioned. And so I'm not sure what the future for Disney and Pixar animation holds at the moment. After Pixar's Onward bombed, and partly due to the pandemic and partly due to unusually subpar marketing, all their movies went straight to Disney Plus, being available free of charge. Even earlier this year, when more movie theaters were opened up again and more people were willing to go see them, Pixar's Turning Red went straight to Disney Plus, even though Walt Disney Animation Studios and Encanto got a theatrical release. And Turning Red was a fun, different kind of movie from Pixar. So I guess even with the failure of Lightyear, Pixar could turn around without Lasseter. And I think Walt Disney Animation Studios can too. Next year's movie from them, Wish, seems pretty promising. What will be a fairy tale musical in the classic formula everyone knows and loves, complete with cute animal sidekick, Valentino the goat. Valentino, you say? Boy, am I looking forward to people mistaking me, Sam Valentino, private Toon Detective, or being related to that little Disney goat when he crud like that. Yeah, but you shouldn't worry, Sam. That movie won't be out till next November. And so that gives them time to prepare. And also the holiday season is upon us, as I mentioned with my hat. So I've got to continue prepping for this. Even though Christmas can be a lot of humbug. And I suppose all you viewers also have holidays to get ready for. But that shouldn't stop you from staying tuned to this YouTube channel to see whatever Zach Wolf or Sam Valentino or the others here do next.